y'all! Today we have something completely new from the creator and director of SUGARZOI, Kjun. So we all know by now just how attentive the dev team is to the players' feedback for the game. They have always asked for our opinions and ideas, and they've been pretty good at implementing a lot of it into the game. But recently, Director Kjun has sent us another message explaining a whole new way he'd like to communicate with us, quite similar to Kjun's concerns, which he held before the game's early access release. He has now launched a new series on the official SUGARZOI Discord called Brainstorming with Kjun. He wants to use this new series for fine-tuning specific aspects of the game, where he's essentially calling us to a brainstorming meeting as if we're part of the dev team. So put your thinking caps on, friends, and let's get to work. As always, I'll read you Kjun's own words. The premiere of Brainstorming with Kjun. While working hard on our upcoming August update, I suddenly realized the need to create a space where I can speak directly with our community. In game development, the biggest challenge usually isn't whether a team can build certain features. Most of the time, they can. The real challenge is deciding which features to develop first. And in a life simulation game, where there are so many components we want to add over time, that decision becomes even more critical. I always make a conscious effort to listen in and understand what players want from this game. But as each day passes, handling urgent tasks and meeting tight deadlines, I started to notice that some of our players' long requested features had quietly fallen off the radar. What's more surprising is that some of these could have been implemented quickly with minimal development cost. So while gathering more and more suggestions is definitely helpful, I found that what matters more is having a smart, efficient order of priorities. To allocate our resources toward the most impactful features first, and to identify those low-cost, high-reward opportunities when we can. So here's today's question. What is the one feature you think we should focus on developing first? What's that one thing that's missing? What single feature could instantly elevate the overall experience? While it may be tempting to drop a whole list of ideas, for this specific brainstorm, please share just one. If you see any suggestions you agree with, you can react to them with an emoji. This way, I'll know which ideas people are resonating with the most. And if your idea hasn't been mentioned yet, feel free to post it as a reply. We'll use your feedback to help refine our development priorities, and we'll be sure to keep you updated on our progress. Can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts. So friends, it's been a solid day and a half, I would say. Well, at least since the recording of this video, since the start of this brainstorm session. So keep in mind these numbers might change, and there may be even more popular topics introduced when you go and check the Discord for yourself. But so far, the most popular suggestions I'm seeing from the community with over 100 votes are these. More activities or interactions for family or couples. More fleshed out cities with activities to do. Group activities. Multitasking. Gyms, proper parks, libraries, etc. More free time activities in the city, like pubs, bars, clubs, etc. The ability to save a completed ZOI, to include name, outfits, personality, maybe even a completed family, ready to put into any save. More depth in gameplay, and in particular to a ZOI's purpose of life. For example, having ambitions and goals to aim for with corresponding rewards for achieving them. ZOIs need to feel like individuals, have a deeper personality and autonomy system where ZOIs behave in ways that reflect who they are. So those were some of the ideas I saw in the replies to this brainstorm session. And again, they had over 100, some even had 200 votes on them. And I'm gonna put on the screen here a snapshot of the results from the second quarter player survey. And this screen you're seeing here, this is from a private video session Kjun had with content creators shortly before the release of the June gameplay update. And I know a lot of you have been saying, and granted me too, that the team needs to focus on gameplay content rather than adding more clothing and accessories. But what do you see here in the player survey for the most requested feature? Yeah, I was kind of surprised as well. So we can't even say they're not giving us what we're asking for, I guess. I really would not have guessed that this is what the community was asking for, but I mean, here are the raw results. Now, of course, as you go down the list here, it is more gameplay content, or simulation as they're categorizing it. But look at where multitasking is on here. Again, another shocker, especially when this doesn't match what we're seeing on the Discord replies and the votes, actually, for the brainstorming session. Multitasking is like one of the most requested features at this time. It could also be the difference in time from when this survey concluded to now. And we've also had the June update that gave us some of the most requested things on here, so that could also explain things quite a bit. But look at this slide here. The weakest part of the game, according to players anyway, were its awkwardness. That is, the unnatural relationships, interactions, and emotions, and not having enough simulation content. Now that truly matches today's sentiment as read on the replies to Kjun's brainstorming session, but then only 1% seem to be bothered that we don't have multitasking yet. Again, I just thought I'd share this comparison with you. I thought it was pretty interesting. So I also saw nightlife being one of the topics added to the brainstorming session, which I really loved. In fact, if it wasn't already on there, I probably would have added it myself. But it's also covered by this other comment that said pubs, bars, clubs. That kind of fits with the nightlife that I was looking for. But also having like some activities for family a little earlier in the night would be nice, like at the park perhaps, where you could include children. I think that would be really good. So friends, chime in. What is the one singular thing you think the team should work on first? And it doesn't even need to be a new thing. It can be expanding on something that's already in the game, like making Zoi's personalities more meaningful, making them actual individuals. Please fire away with your ideas. So the link to the Discord is in the description box as it always is. Just click on the link, it'll take you to the Discord. If you don't have an account, go ahead and make an account, and you'll see Brainstorm with Kjun under the development section. I encourage you to actually scroll through and vote on the ones that matter most to you. And only if you don't see your own idea already in the replies, then create a new reply. That way it's easier for the devs to sort through all the replies. Try not to put a duplicate of what's already there if you can. And as always, if you don't have Discord and you really don't want to make an account, that's okay too. Put your response in the comments here, and I'll try to include your input if it isn't already listed on the Brainstorm replies. And maybe leave a note saying you don't have a Discord, and that would help me as well. So good luck to all on our first brainstorming session with Kjun. And I wanted to say I'm really impressed with the team's commitment to listening to the player and directly asking for our guidance on steering this ship. It's pretty neat to see a dev team behave like this. I've never followed a game from creation to early access where we are now, so I don't even know if this is normal, but I'm really enjoying it. I think they have fantastic communication with us, and I hope they always have this level of communication with us. So friends, that wraps up this video. And hey, don't forget to check out my sneak peek video of Cahaya if you haven't already. And yes, as an Indonesian word meaning light, I've been kindly guided by native speakers that the correct pronunciation is Cahaya. So thank you for that, friends. Well, I hope you are having a fantastic day. May only good things come your way. Stay happy, stay safe, and as always, enjoy!